Paleo Pound Long Island, MikeTheCaveman.com. Got another edition of Monday Nights with Mike, live stream Q&A, and again, we have a special location. We have Long Island Strength Performance, Long Island Mixed Martial Arts. Got some people in the background there. Gotta get away from Diggle though.
Yo, let me get in on that.
I will totally get on that. Yo, we got Chris.
Yo, what's up?
Messina.
We're here live at Long Island Strength.
Yeah, Kyle Diaz.
Yo.
Stockton. What? And we got a new toy for the performance. We have our Jacob's ladder here. You don't even want to know about that. You don't even want to know. Mike, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Are you live right now?
I am live right now. Am I live? Am I not? Am I not live?
You're always live.
Live 24/7. That's right. So it's been a little bit of time, but been super busy now with school. Been super busy with the fights this weekend. Been working, but we're back here, Long Island MMA. Q&A. You know the deal. Put your questions down in the comment box down below. Ask me anything. No, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, man, it's 8 o'clock already. We're on the nose. What you got to do? Some slams, Kyle? Nah, you done? What's up, Tom? How you doing? Oh, man. So, put your questions down in the box down below. In the meantime, though, let's think about some of the questions I got earlier. Before, we were talking a little bit with Marianne. We were talking a little bit about the liver and the gallbladder and issues with that. And I've done some videos on that recently. The milk thistle video. We did the gallbladder video. And what's up, Susanna? How you doing? So, we were talking about different conditions where how your gut can interplay, how your gut is important in these conditions. And basically what I was explaining is that it's kind of like how well you won the genetic lotto depends on how it presents. And now, what that means is that I'm always in school, can't watch videos. That's unfortunate. So essentially, what that means though is that your genes are kind of like an architect, okay? What they do is they show the template. They design the way your house, your body is supposed to be. From there though, they're not the one actually doing the work. They're not the ones that are actually building the house. You have to hire contractors for that, right? You have to hire independent specialists. You have to hire all these different things. So your environmental exposure, your diet, your stress, your sun exposure, everything that happens in life, those are the independent contractors. Those are the specialists. So, you got the roofer, the carpenter, you have the bathroom guy, the tiler, all that stuff. So every other life exposure, basically, you start with that foundation, and from there you build off of that. So maybe what the architect said should be going right here isn't necessarily the right thing. Maybe we need to break through the wall a little bit, add a little bit here. So different things throughout your life, different exposures can change the way your genes express. So they can change the way that your house is designed. So even though you have a foundation upon which to build, I hate that guy. Hopefully he doesn't watch this video, but I hate that guy. We really need to tear that thing down. Speed bags are worthless, okay? Point of reference, don't waste time with speed bag. So, are you going for the Jacob's ladder? I'm gonna get that on the live stream, bro. So, back to what I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted by the speed bag. Essentially, while you have a foundation, while you have that foundation, while you have what's being built upon, while you have the groundwork laid while you lay the groundwork with the, losing train of thought, right? While you have the groundwork laid by the, we got a Tommy gun sighting. While your genes lay the groundwork, all the things in your life, things you eat, the stress, everything else, those go and actually decide how your house is going to function, how it's actually going to look. So while waiting for more people to show a little bit of Chris Messina on the Jacob's ladder,
Chris.
now make sure you come down and check it out. But Tommy, how's your voice today, buddy?
It's actually a lot better. Yesterday it was I couldn't talk for anything. I lost my voice out of it.
Very unfortunate. Tommy, let's get a little bit of vein, buddy.
I honestly can't with my voice. I can't.
You just told me your voice is good. Yo,
No,
Kyle,
it's better today. No, it's better
People on
today.
that, you heard that, right?
I can't.
How about Bruce Wayne?
Alright. So I need to put on my left sock, and I'll figure out what.
All right, you think about it, and I'll go back to my line. All right. So, we're talking a little bit about that.
I got it, K-Man.
All right, you got it? All right, Guns got it.
This is the scene from Batman Begins when Bruce. Actually, I might need to do a few Bruce scenes.
Okay. Okay.
This is the scene where we're in the beginning where Ra's al Ghul tells him you have to get rid of your guest.
I put the whole setup, dude. I love it.
Tension. I know, but it's so loud.
I know.
Should we wait for
It's very distracting. I know, but don't worry about him. Just go for it, Tommy. Hit it.
I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight and drinking my booze. No, seriously. There's something about being a Wayne where you're never short of a few freeloaders, such as all yourselves. So to all you phonies, all you sucker frantic suck-ups who smile at me through your teeth, get out. Leave. The party's over. This isn't a joke. Just leave me in peace.
Thank you very much, Tommy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Was that good?
That was good. That was good. Well, you're live right now, so hopefully I ask the audience what they think.
Thank you.
But Tommy, you should have given it a Bane, but your voice you can't handle Bane right now. I get it. It's cool. So, you got any health-related questions, Tommy? What you got for me?
You know what?
Is Duggan's good for your health? Woo! Get it.
Yeah, Chris. That boy, Chris.
What about you, Kyle? What you got? What kind of questions you got?
Questions? All right. How many slices of pizza a day should I eat?
All the slices. 14 slices a day.
A whole pie?
If you know 14 slices, man,
More
that's,
than-
that's like a pie and 3/4.
Shit.
So if you have to eat pizza, man up, eat 14 slices a day.
It's a lot of pizza.
It's a lot of pizza.
A lot of pizza.
It's a lot of pizza.
Okay, man. What are the negative effects of Whoppers from Burger King? Actually, no. What are the positive effects of Whoppers from Burger King? Whoppers with cheese. Because I've been eating a lot of them.
So the positive effects, there is actually a caloric density to them. So technically speaking, if you were on a desert island and you were going to die, then yeah, sure, Whoppers are great for you. However, provided the fact that you are not on a desert island, the inclusion of all the trans fats, all the other additives they add to that, the processed salt, all that fun stuff, you know, obviously from my perspective, the bread, the refined flour, even if you don't believe that grains are inherently bad for the vast majority of people, the fact of the matter is the refined flour that we're going to see in a Whopper, no bueno, no good. So, tell me what you got.
What foods are healthy for the liver, caveman?
What foods are healthy for the liver? Excellent question, Tommy. That's an excellent question. So, generally speaking, you're going to want to do things that can help to cleanse it out. So, generally, we're looking at bitter herbs are a good idea. Milk thistle, which isn't generally thought of as a food, is a good source, one of your best ones for the liver. But other herbs like dandelion, oh man, it may leg out now. But any kind of bitter herbs like turnips, parsnips, things like that.
What about fruits, caveman?
There are some fruits that can be decent for it. Hey, Shoshana, you made it. You're always great on the questions. I need you to save the day right now. Tommy Guns is over here. He's had some great questions. Right here, Tommy. Got some great questions. You actually got some, you got to see some Bruce Wayne, get some impressions there. We'd like to have seen his Bane. He has an awesome Bane too. But for now, you got Kavita, tart cherry kombucha.
It's 80.
That looks really good.
Oh, it's delicious.
It looks out of this world.
So,
Actually, I gotta get this.
all right, brother.
Bye, guys.
Everybody say bye, Tommy Guns.
Be sure to keep watching him, following on all his social media, and whatever he tells you to do.
One of these days, I'm gonna get him his own YouTube channel. He needs to have it. He's quit his day job. That guy does the best impressions. His Bane, his Forrest Gump, next level stuff. He's Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz. No, Nate Diaz. I had it right the first time. It's Nate Diaz. Super awesome stuff. Hey, Tori, what's up? All right. Okay, benefits of alkaline water. Great question, Shoshana. So that's an interesting one because I was on the alkaline water gig way back. So the very first fountain here on Long Island opened back in like '08 or so. I could be wrong on that, but it's since closed actually. But when it opened, I jumped right on. I was like, oh, this stuff is great, and I definitely felt better. But part of it could have just been that I was drinking 2 gallons of water a day. Now, when it comes to alkaline water, there's different types. There's the mineral water, and there's also the ionized water. And the ionized water, what's basically happening is they're separating the water into hydrogen and hydroxide ions, the OHs. So there's H on one side, there's OH on the other. And Frank the White Belt, what's up, brother? How you doing? So essentially, though, there are 2 ways of looking at the potential benefits of alkaline water. One is the ionization process. 2 is getting enough minerals in. So depending on which type you have, it can have different benefits. At the end of the day, it's still water. Now, the idea of alkalizing your blood by drinking water, unfortunately, is incorrect. Because, later, brother, if you were to be able to actually alkalize your blood, that means you had to alkalize your stomach first. And nothing you eat or drink is going to actually alkalize the blood enough, in the sense that because it is alkalized in and of itself, it's not going to alkalize your blood. What I mean by that is your stomach is supposed to be acidic. If it's not, that leads to problems. In fact, that's one of the major reasons for acid reflux, is inadequate stomach acid. The reason being on that is that your stomach acid is supposed to stop bacteria from getting through, from getting down into it or from escaping back up. When you have low stomach acid, what ends up happening is the bacteria start to creep up a little bit, particularly H. pylori in the case of your stomach. And your small intestines get overgrown. Again, this is obviously not every case, but it's a vast majority. You get overgrown, and in that process, what ends up happening is that bacteria kicks up gas. The gas then causes your esophageal valve to become faulty and allows the acid to kick back, what little remaining acid you have in your stomach to kick back. So the point of that is that tangent right there is that if you were able to drink water that actually alkalized your blood, it would have to be high enough of a pH, it would have to be alkaline enough or basic enough to be able to neutralize your stomach acid first. Because it would have to take away all the hydrogen ions. It would basically balance it out from there. So there's only one thing that we know for the most part that really does that, and that's actually baking soda. The sodium bicarbonate actually can alkalize your blood a little bit. That being said, you don't want to do that too long, too often. So generally speaking, alkaline water can be beneficial, particularly the ionic kind. That one is going to be more so though for the extra separated parts, the extra H and OH separated. All right, vitamin question. Why does it make me nauseous on an empty stomach, and would liquid vitamins be more beneficial? Okay, so you're taking pill vitamins right now? And if that's the case, I'm assuming I'm going to operate as a yes until you give me a yes or no. But generally speaking, yes, liquid vitamins are better either way, even if you don't get nauseous on an empty stomach, because they're more bioavailable, meaning that they are better absorbed in a liquid form. That's why my personal favorite is something called nutrients, and it is an AM/PM split. And the reason being is that vitamins and minerals compete with each other. Now, if you're taking that pill version, and particularly if it contains iron, you're really not going to absorb most of that, because the iron interacts with pretty much, I think it's 12 or 13 different vitamins and minerals, so it interferes with their absorption. So if it has vitamin in it, which most do, if it has copper in it, which most do, not necessarily a great idea. Yeah, Centrum, unfortunately, isn't a great one. Let's put it this way. Is it going to be better than not taking it for most people? Yeah. In terms of, is it optimal? No. You definitely want to look at a liquid one overall. The nutrients I mentioned before is a powder form. Think of it kind of like a Crystal Light packet in that it's individually packed ones. And the reason for that is that every time you open a supplement container, and gets exposed to air and light. It gets oxidized. So the idea of the individual packing is to help deal with that. But the liquid version, the fact that it's that when you pour it in, it turns into a liquid, makes it so that it becomes, even though it's a powder at first, when you pour it in there, it becomes a liquid. The reason why that's important is that if you were to buy a liquid version, when it's already a liquid, what you would need to do is make sure that it is in an opaque bottle, meaning that it is dark, whether it's brown or amber, or you have to make sure that, forget the or. And you'd want to make sure that it has, that it has to be refrigerated, because that'll help to clear out the, keep it cool. So that the heat, the air, and the light can all oxidize it. You want to keep it in a cool place in an opaque jar. Pretty important. Oh, just give myself some extra exposure there. There we go. Hold on. Not used to having it free form right now. Ugh. So, what is the best one to take? I said the brand is Nutrients, is the one that I am the favorite of. Calton Nutrition, Calton Nutrition. I will put a link to it afterwards. Okay, let's talk trends. Bedtime latte has come across my news feed now. What are your thoughts on it? So what, drinking a coffee at nighttime? Now, in terms of the actual nighttime, like taking it before bed, I'm not necessarily a fan of that, particularly if you are a slow metabolizer of caffeine, meaning that it takes a while for your system to break it down. People that are slow metabolizers are generally those that see more problems with caffeine. Myself, I'm a pretty fast metabolizer, and specifically for caffeine, and as such, it's not really that big of a problem. So no, not coffee at nighttime. While I'm waiting for you to explain what a bedtime latte would be then, in the meantime, there are things called coffee naps, which actually are a decent idea, provided you drink coffee. What the idea is, kind of like taking a power nap in the afternoon. You take a cup of coffee, 20 minutes before your power nap, then you take a 15 to 20 minute power nap, and basically that time will allow you to, the caffeine to spike up, so it'll wake you up when you're actually done there. So it's an actual latte meant to work like a melatonin. That's why they called it that. So it's a latte. Is there actual melatonin in it? I'd have to look into it. Chris, you know about the nighttime latte? Familiar with the nighttime latte? He's a little out of breath from the Jacob's Ladder.
Nighttime latte?
Yeah.
No, what is it?
I don't know either. I got Shoshana here. She was asking about the nighttime latte. I'm not sure.
What is it, like a melatonin sleeping aid or something?
Yeah, there you go. So Chris called it there. But I haven't come across it yet. I have to look into it. Oh, okay. It's got turmeric, ginger.
You know what's really good?
What's that?
Work out really hard.
I like it. Work out really hard, particularly if you're fasting. You fasted today?
No, not today.
Not today?
Well, I did, yeah. For 15 hours.
Not bad. That's good stuff. I do it pretty much every day. You know, get those extra fasts in. But all right, turmeric, ginger, also to help you sleep. I gotta find the ingredients. Yeah. So is that kind of like the golden milk? Is it similar to a golden milk idea? Because those I like a lot for similar reasons. Yeah, definitely a good idea. A couple of herbs before bed, never gonna hurt. That didn't sound right. Yeah. What else you got from Shoshana? Looks like we got another person joining the party, but up, in and out, in and out. Not sure who. Ugh. Greg gave me a nice. Hey, Jackie, what's up? So yeah, regarding that, like I said, kind of the same. I'll message you when I find it. Herb, shaking my head. Yeah, exactly. I thought about after I said that, I'm like, oh yeah, a little herb before you go to sleep. Like, not what I meant, but I mean, I guess that would probably help you sleep too. I mean, would. But hey, so yes, we're talking in that case though, like a golden milk. Same kind of concept. Yeah, I mean, I've made those before with turmeric, ginger, cayenne, horseradish, because I was really trying to get a little funky with it. coconut milk, a little bit of black pepper because that helps with the piperine. Piperine from that helps with the turmeric. Basically helps turn on the active ingredients in the curcuminoids. Yes, curcuminoids. I think I pronounced that right. In the turmeric. So yeah, good vitamins for helping skin elasticity during weight loss. Great question. What you really want to look at is not necessarily vitamins per se, although vitamins will help. The B vitamins, in particular, vitamin C. Actually, that's a lie. Vitamin C definitely. But what you really want to look at is collagen or gelatin. Gelatin in particular, it's the full form version. So Great Lakes beef gelatin is the best one. And basically, it's great for your skin, your hair, your nails. It's good for your joints. It's good for your gut lining. And it helps to maintain the epithelial layers. It helps you maintain your skin. Helps you maintain it. It helps you maintain the elasticity thereof. Uh-oh. I think we got sick Vic in the house. Yep, we got sick Vic in the house. This is gonna get squirrely. Woo! That's right, Vic. How you doing? Oh boy. So yes, definitely gelatin. Yo, Vic, it's been a while, man. Where you been? You haven't been on my live streams. So definitely, so Shauna, definitely go with gelatin. Huge fan. You can do a lot of options. You can add it to shakes. You can make it into Jello. You can make it into gummies. You can actually, a lot of times I'll make that multivitamin, the powdered one. I will make the Jello with that and turn it into like gummy bears, which is pretty awesome. You quit sugar. Nice. Good job, Vic. That's what I like to hear. Oh, man. Bedtime latte in a small pan. Combine milk, turmeric, juice or paste, ginger, cinnamon. You know what? I do have cinnamon in my golden milk. And culinary coconut milk over medium heat until heated. Do not boil. Add astragalus and stevia and blend with an immersion blender to make frothy. Yeah, so it's like a kind of similar concept. I actually do add cinnamon. I add cinnamon and stevia to mine as well. I don't add astragalus, however, that's a great idea because astragalus is a adaptogenic herb, meaning that it helps your body handle stress. So it helps to regulate your HPA axis, your hypothalamus, your adrenals, and hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenals. Excuse me, that's the correct order. So it helps you deal with those three. It helps you basically to deal with stress better. Helps with the immune system, and it can definitely help with sleep and help with anxiety, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I like the idea of that. The turmeric is great for inflammation. The ginger is good for your stomach. It's good for digestion overall. The cinnamon is good for blood sugar. A lot of times people have issues with sleeping because they have improper blood sugar regulation. The coconut milk gives you the MCTs and some quality fat overall. I like it a lot. So I'm gonna be a lab rat and want to try it out. Awesome, that's what I like to hear. Ugh, still sweating. I finished jiu-jitsu like an hour and a half ago. I'm still sweating. I'm like, I washed my face already and everything, and I'm still just sweating. It's so hot right now. Ugh. Oh, man. So we're going to go wander. We're going to go wander with Island Strength. Right there. Got a new Jacob's ladder, like we said before. If you check out the beginning of the video, you'll be able to see Chris Messina hitting it, hooping there. Who's here right now? Got a bunch of people. We got Diggle's class right now. He already asked me not to film though, so I'm not going to show the class, but it's a good class though. I highly recommend coming down to Long Island MMA and checking out the class at some point. So that being said, I'm going to come over here to the front side, and we're going to say, hey, what's up to got the Saint behind the desk. Say hi to the peoples.
How's it going, peoples?
Woo! All right. Nah, he's not here right now, Vic. Brent was here earlier, but right now he's not here. So, best protein powder. Personally, my favorite is a whey protein, a grass-fed whey, ideally. So, in terms of bioavailability, that is going to be your best bet. I love Empower Whey from Calvin Nutrition, same guys that make that multivitamin. If that is too pricey and you want to buy in bulk, you can buy a 5-pound jug of something called liquid whey, and they have, again, a grass-fed whey, and same thing, quality protein, and it's not that expensive, and you're going to get the best bang for your buck on that. If you are one of the super rare people that has issues with whey, because most people have dairy problems. I'm covering the mic. Sorry. Could you hear me now? Did you hear any of that? Whoops. Covering the mic, my bad. So, like I said, Empower Protein from Calton Nutrition. From there, basically, yes, Empower Protein from Calton Nutrition, same protein that we had, same guys that make that multivitamin nutrients we were talking about. But if that's too expensive, you want to go and buy it in bulk, you can go it Naked Whey. I'll put a link to that to Amazon over there as well. But they're both grass-fed organic wheys, and awesome idea. It's most bioavailable. The most bioavailable. It's your best bet. But from there, your next best bet would be if you can't do whey. One of the rare people that actually has an allergy to whey, because most dairy issues are related to the casein and the lactose. What we're looking at would be egg protein. So eggs are generally a good bet. If that's a problem, then woo!
Shirts.
Woo.
See the one on my new shirt?
It's the new shirts.
There's a cool one. I like
Nice.
koi fish, so I like that one.
It's a pretty legit shirt.
cool, right?
I saw the gray one, the tank top, the other
Yeah, I
day.
feel like that's your style.
100%. I'm probably gonna get one of
I
those.
don't know what size the biggest we have is. You have to look
I
at
like the anchor. It's a good look.
The anchor's a good look, right? Long Islanders like anchors, even though most of them have no idea how to use one. That's true. That's how you do it.
Woo!
Yep. Am I on live
Plugs.
stream?
You are on
Oh, yeah,
live
it's
stream.
Monday, right?
It is Monday
Where's
night.
everyone asking Mike Coon tonight?
Yes. We got Sick Vic on here. Brian says, "Woo, Brian."
Oh, that's what he's saying?
Yep, he's a. No, Brett. We do have Brian though.
Sick Vic's never been down here.
As I'm saying, man, I was super upset about that. So, Shoshana, finishing up your thoughts on that one though. If you had to go with a plant-based one, look for like a sprouted rice or sprouted pea. That'd be your best bet. I was telling them that they gotta come down to Long Island MMA and check out the leg lock class right now.
Nice. And everyone needs to flip off Joe because Joe's behind a desk and he's not, no one's flipping him off enough.
I know. What is the healthy amount of water for someone like you to drink with lipodema and lymphoderma? So I would definitely want to drink enough water to be able to help flush out a little bit, maybe a little bit of dandelion, maybe a little bit like other things to help out with that. So some mild diuretics, things like that. Hey, Billy, what's up? Suzanne says hi, Joe. Ryan says to flip Joe off. It's up to you whether you want to say hi, like his girlfriend said, or you want to flip him off, like Brian said.
You decide if I
You decide.
deserve
Let's take a poll. I wish there was a way to do a poll right now.
Do I deserve
Should we flip off Joe or should we say hi to Joe?
Flip him off.
it. Deserve it?
Deserve it? Yes.
Yes. So, taking a poll, yes or no? Do we flip off Joe or do we say hi? Your choices. All right. So, water intake again. So generally speaking, if we're looking at someone who is retaining water, you're going to want to actually take in more to help flush it out. Your system, generally speaking, is going to be able to force it through. Now, that does come with a caveat that sometimes your system doesn't self-regulate. There really are issues that aren't allowing that. That's where you have to get into a little bit more of a neighborhood of things that will help to stimulate the flow. In your case, so it's lymph-related. And it's funny, my friend Steph wanted a question specifically on lymph. So I'm really gonna have to do a video on that. Right now, I have a major research paper and a project I'm working on otherwise besides school. So we'll see if I get that done this week. But in terms of stimulating lymph, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago. I think Jody threw some answers and somebody helped me out on that one. But your best bets are things like acupuncture, as well as a rebounder is a good idea. Basically hopping around almost on a trampoline essentially. As crazy as it seems, massage, most manual manipulation is a good idea. So, a whole bunch of good ideas there. Basically, get your lymph flowing, and you'll be ready to rock. Particularly if you're having edemic buildup. I'm doing lymphatic massages, and drainage freaking hurts. Yeah, that unfortunately is a major problem. Is that it can be painful. It absolutely can. Because think about it, it's almost like if you had blood circulating and, well, rather not circulating, it was building out, it was clotting in one spot. It's kind of like the same thing. Your lymphatic system is your secondary blood system. Well, secondary circulatory system, to be more clear. It's, your white blood cells floating around there. And I did the whole video on acupuncture, actually, and the thought was, there's a theory running around that perhaps acupuncture isn't as esoteric as it seems. The whole idea behind the key energy and all that fun stuff. The energy meridians might just have been their way of explaining the lymphatic tissue and the lymph nodes and that energy flowing through, in which case it's actually just the white blood cells. Maybe it's complete BS. Maybe that's not what was. Maybe it really is that esoteric. But considering that it does help with pushing around the lymph vessels and it does help with reducing inflammation and with stimulating a mild immune response, particularly at the site of the puncture, could be. Could be. I've seen some good benefit. When I tore my knee before my title fight, but when I first fought for the title, I tore my knee about a month out, and I did a lot of things, but I did some acupuncture. I felt really good afterwards. Maybe it was placebo, maybe it wasn't, but my good friend Julia Lee, her dad, did some good work, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I'm a fan. I like the ideas behind it. I mean, it's kind of like chiropractic, where the ideas that are postulated out don't necessarily make the most sense logically, because from a Western system we have a very system-based, we have a very organ-based model versus a system-based model, and yeah, supplications and things like that, a little bit squirrely to explain. In the case of the acupuncture, the meridians, a little bit squirrely to explain, unless we're talking specifically about that lymph tissue. Who knows? We'll see. If you get benefit from it and you can afford it, great. If not, then I wouldn't play around with it. But I like it. All right. Any other questions? What else we got? All right. Woo, Paul, what's up? So far we talked about the fact. You got a question, Joe?
I heard you talking about the proteins before.
Yes, I'm some proteins.
Susanna and I, we go to Whole Foods and whatnot. We've seen like grass-fed beef protein.
Yes.
And
I'm super zoomed on your face right now, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Like your eyes only.
But I figured that'd be great. I wanted to get your take on it because you were talking about whey as your preferred, but what do you
Yes,
think about
so that's a great question. Yes, I had mentioned egg being a decent second option. So yes, overall, you're going to want to look at the grass-fed whey, because whey and egg are the most bioavailable. That being said, grass-fed beef can actually be excellent. But the only reason why I generally lean away from that is because it's super easy to eat beef, you know?
Okay.
And, right, so grass-fed beef these days is pretty cheap. That being said, if you had an egg allergy and a whey allergy, and you were trying to avoid sprouted rice and pea, which isn't a terrible idea anyway, then yeah, if you wanted to make sure you had protein shakes, you're an athlete who's training that hard, yeah, it wouldn't be a terrible idea. But I would try to be more focused on actually going and working on your gut, so that way you might not be as allergic to those things. So,
Okay.
awesome. Great question from Joey behind the desk. Woo!
Still want to give me the finger?
Yeah, we haven't had any responses. Who wants to give Joey the finger? Sick Vic, do you want to give Joey the finger?
I hope not. I'm pretty
It's not the stink finger like that poor guy got done to, like John Jones did to the guy, to the Cormier fan. That was terrible. Terrible. But right now, that was a great question from Joey. That might be a good spot to close it out, unless we have some more questions. Right now, we're about 34 minutes in. As I've usually...
money on proteins.
Yeah.
In the thing, just eat real food.
Eat real food.
Eat real food.
I like it.
Go eat some grass-fed animals. That's
Exactly. I like the protein every once in a while, that naked way. Vic always. Always Vic.
what happened.
Yeah. You can look at the comments later.
Oh man, alright, I'm gonna have to go for it.
So, right now, like I said, how do I get explosive energy? It's a great question. Depends on what kind of energy you're looking for. Woo! Yes. Train with Rob. Eat real food. That's number one. Reduce your inflammation. Again, I wouldn't necessarily go with the energy drink stuff. Do you really have that explosive energy? No.
Yeah, I love that
Just a
video
little
of you
shot.
jogging and drinking.
Woo!
That was my favorite video I've seen.
So,
Security asked me what I was doing. What?
basically speaking, depends on what kind of activity you're doing. If you're doing some fast twitch stuff, so you're gonna want to have that explosiveness, a little bit of quick sugars beforehand. I would still make sure to get in some quality MCTs. It's usually a great pre-workout. So, Joey, what's a great pre-workout meal?
Great pre-workout meal? So this is what you do. You saute up a nice apple in a pan with coconut oil, some cinnamon in there, mix it all up till it's nice and caramelized-ish. And then, I don't know, I like keeping it in there if it's a red apple until it's like pink and a little mushy. That's probably when it tastes the best in my opinion. But you do what you like, but that's the meal right there. That's how you do it.
So there you go.
Saute up some apples.
That's how you get that explosive energy, Vic. There you go. Bam. Joey with the assist right now.
Starts in the kitchen.
That's right. All right. Everybody say bye, Brian.
Hey, see you later.
Bye, bro.
This is the coolest background that you had in the.
It's true.
I saw it on Facebook. It looks pretty cool.
Does it? Nice.
Yep. Yeah, later, Joe. Hey, how's everything with the emails?
Woo, I'll step away.
Yeah.
So,
Let me know.
that being said, guys, what else you got for me? I'll take like 1 or 2 more questions.
Tonight. So just like.
We'll come in the store real quick. Get some background music, some bumping background music. And make sure you come by Long Island MMA to the pro store. Make sure you get your good gear. Long Island MMA. We got some new shirts we were looking at before. Brian was showing off the new shirts. Oh yeah, it's definitely some legit shirts.
I put it in the ABC list, but that guy Dan Mariani, I miscommunicated.
But yeah. All right. We got no more questions, guys. I think we're gonna call it a night then. You know the deal. Please head on over to YouTube and subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube.com/Mike the Caveman. We do daily videos. Right now, we've been a little bit behind just because school schedule has been way too hectic. I have a couple other projects I've been working on. So unfortunately, I haven't been doing it every day. But definitely plan on getting back to those everyday videos super soon. Definitely coming out with some t-shirt ideas. So we mentioned the answer is shirt, but I have a Game of Thrones idea. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, I actually have a pretty legit shirt design that I came up with last night. Really waiting on the Amazon merchandise account to set up. Otherwise, I'm gonna talk to my buddy and see if I can get the shirts designed. But I haven't asked about the Caveman is a Game of Thrones shirt and the answer is question. So yeah, let me know. I'm gonna try and get that moving forward. But other than that, guys, you know the deal. Subscribe over there, please. But send me over your questions. That way I can do more videos. Shoshana sent me over the information before. We could. Vic always got the good question at the last part. But other than that, guys, love you. You made this far. And if you're watching this on the replay and you made this far, damn. Either way, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.